Hey everybody, Anthropomorphic Nerd back again, and this is something that I kind of expected to come out sooner than it did, but took a decent amount of time to actually get here. This is the game theory behind Garten of Banban lore. There's something behind it, and I honestly think that the lore behind Garten of Banban is pretty cut and dry. I feel like it's kind of just shown. There's nothing actually hidden. It's not as... Okay, sorry for saying this. It's kind of rude, but it's not as well thought of as FNAF. Which, okay, that's actually probably not that rude because it probably isn't. But it has some level of depth, which is why I consider it a good game. While everything around it, everything made, considering it is it's just good. I think it is exceptional. And even though the one thing that did butcher me mostly was that every chapter of the game is for $5, except for the first one, which barely even 30 minutes worth of playing. But every chapter is $5 on Steam, which I thought was outrageous because of what it is. But nevertheless, I don't even think Pop Goes the full game is $5 on Steam. But you know what? With that being said, I'm gonna get straight into the video, but this is discussing the Garten of Banban lore. Matt Pat takes a shot at it, which, you know what, I'm kind of waiting for. I thought it would be entertaining to see, and I'm probably one of the people who actually favor Garten of Banban a lot more than hate it, because a lot of people just going against it, really just being like, who put you on the planet, and they just kind of give it the slap. But you know what, I give it the press, and I like watching anybody who plays it. I didn't play it, but I love watching the playthroughs of people playing it. It's epic. The Let's Plays, they do an okay job, especially Jacksepticeye, who it's funny to laugh at him getting so pissed off about it. Just because he's like the one person who doesn't give it like a shot. He just kind of hates it. And it's so annoying, but it's hilarious for us to watch his torture. With that being said, let's start the video. 3, 2, 1, play. I'm actually going to shut up for once, but it's about 15 minutes.
Every year there are
and the first thing he discusses is mascot horror.
Hello Neighbor, Baldi's Basics, Rainbow Friends, Choo Choo Charles, Amanda the Adventurer, Poppy Playtime.
I will play Choo Choo Charles eventually.
And your gamer dollars. But I think we can all agree that
and Poppy Playtime should have done that.
Above them all. One series with gameplay so deceptively simple that it took the internet by storm. One series that pushed out sequels at a blistering pace to keep the hype train going. One series with a story.
Can you survive these nights?
And that series is
Dead or Alive. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Are we really doing this? Oh,
fucking Ban.
Right. Hello,
go listen to the Ban song, my reaction to it with Fable. It was awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
In case you missed it,
Garten of Banban's so amazing though.
Garten of Banban is, no joke, the most searched new horror IP on YouTube.
Because it's so bad, but people fucking loved it.
Upon first release back in January, this game broke the internet, and not in a good way. People got mad.
People hated it.
Mad about the phoned-in graphics, the incredibly short first chapter, the basic monster design, and the clear attempt to cash in with a merch page on the main menu of its first installment. It was hailed as the
smells like money laundering. That's what I said.
That the genre jumped the shark, a cash grab with no thought or care put into it. To which I say, yeah, them and every other mascot
pretty much
game out there. I mean, Mob Games announced a movie and made NFTs immediately after.
But hey, Poppy Playtime, you go down the toy aisle in Walmart, you see shit. And I don't mean like, it's fucking shit. But you do see shit. Go to GameStop. You see shit. Not bad shit, but you see Poppy Playtime shit. Not that bad.
After the success of Chapter 1, which, mind you, was only a half-hour experience. Hello Neighbor was so busy making
That's also true.
Books and spin-offs that they basically forgot they had to build their game beyond an alpha, and Scott was busy
releasing
a new FNAF game every few months back in the old days, just like
Hello Neighbor wasn't as... I didn't think it was as good as
these things may be cause for concern. They're
a couple
also
of the other
not
ones.
Exactly new for the genre. Which brings us to today, where Garten of Banban has 3 games in 6 months, and it also has bootleg merch for sale at my local North Carolina fair.
Obviously, you see your bootleg Poppy Playtime merch. Obviously, there's your
Five Nights at Freddy's merch.
I love my
Okay, but here's the
bootleg
thing.
merch.
Never in a million years
The best
would I have
thing in the
suspected to
world.
see Garten of Ban. But for as much as I like to give this franchise a hard time, I actually kind of like it. These games are just dumb fun. It's kinda
Yeah.
like the Fast and Furious franchise, just stupid stuff that you can
It's all
turn
about
your brain
family.
off to. Or at
It's all
least
about
that was my
family.
intention. Then
It's all about
Ban
family.
had to go and ruin it all.
But
It's okay to have no friends and be miserable.
it's funny
like
because it's
me.
dumb.
Y'all,
I-
Nab is ban backwards.
Lore!
Yep, Garten of Ban went the full 9
Bro, even
yards
Matt
and
Pat
added
knows he's a meme.
lore.
He's a meme
Lore
at this
that is
point.
Definitely there.
Lore.
I said it best in GT Live.
Lore.
If there are
Lore.
sharks to be jumped, I feel like Garten of Ban has jumped all those sharks and continues to find new sharks to proceed and jump over.
But
Can't drink
shark
it
or no
normally
shark,
because
where there is lore, there is
frickin'
Matt Pat.
microphone.
So, against my
Where
better
there's
judgment,
lore,
I
there's
dove
Matt
deep into
Pat.
the pancreas chewing storyline of this game to unlock its secrets. And what I found there won't surprise you. No, I didn't misspeak. You heard me right. It won't surprise you.
Right,
Stop
it
me if you've heard
pretty
this one.
much
Evil
says it
corporation,
in-game.
Science experiment gone wrong. Inanimate objects come to life. Dead kids. Playtime facilities that break every OSHA code. Yep, it's like the IKEA instructions
Wow.
for building an indie horror game. So what does Ban do differently
insanely
to merit its own
simple.
theory? Well, it takes the insanity meter.
It's
cranks it up
insanely
to
simple.
11, then takes the meter, puts it into a blender, grinds it up, and drinks it like a smoothie. Because for as much as I've seen a lot of this
It's
stuff
pretty
before, I've
wacky and
also
weird.
never seen anything like this before.
That's what I'm talking
They're going
about.
hard.
Fila, what do you think about this?
We're in a car. We're in a car.
It's not every day that you see the monsters in your mascot horror game taking a casual road trip through a desert alongside a psychic jellyfish and a
They
squishy
also
pink
know
bird.
they're a
So
meme at
throw
this
your
point.
sanity to the wind, dear theorists. Today we're piecing together the lore of Garten of Ban, and let me tell you, it is
Can't wait to meet Queen
something.
Bouncelina.
First, let's just review the basic premise here. In
Not
these
because I'm
games, we
simping
play
for
as a
her.
parent desperately
know
searching
why.
an old, empty kindergarten facility for any signs of our
Don't
missing
ask me
children.
questions.
And that's it. That is pretty much as far as we got on the main story. In each installment,
that
you find
simple.
a single note addressed to mommy left by a nameless child and a girl named Claire.
It's
which
that
means that
simple.
We're pretty safe in assuming that these are our kids, but you know, might not be. Through these letters, we also know that our children are fighting off monsters and that they're ultimately saved by a giant jellyfish. Other than that, bupkis, not a whole lot, which means that we have to make our way deeper
It's
into
that
the facility
simple.
where things are much less Sesame Street and much more back rooms, as twisted versions of the kindergarten's mascots roam the repetitive maze-like halls. But who would have built a facility like this? And more importantly, why? The answer to those questions are hidden in Chapter 2. If you manage to find
It's
the
kinda
right
like The
card, you can
Abyss
actually
and
go
Made
back
in
into the
Abyss,
building's medical center where
but
a
doesn't
secret
make
door
any
leads
sense.
to 3 lore notes. Notes that reveal the game's true villain, corporate greed. The first
Corporate
document is addressed to
greed.
Dr. Uthman, the same name that we actually
Uthman.
find on an airplane boarding pass in Chapter 1.
Uthman.
Uthman Atom. In it, we learn that the company has been
Uthman
using a
Atom.
mysterious substance known as Givanium to try and
Givanium.
bring their mascots to life. Hold
The
on.
Givanium.
Creatures that shouldn't be alive but are for inexplicable reasons. Mark that one off on your indie horror bingo card. As other lore notes reveal, Givanium
called
is
Givanium.
basically a kind of blood alternative that's being injected into giant monster bodies that are made of a Play-Doh-like material. But as
Pretty
you
much,
expect,
yeah.
this method isn't without its side effects, mainly enlarging
Yeah,
both the
I just
veins
put
and
your
body
I just
of the
put
subject,
fucking
exactly like you
uranium
see
in
with
my
one of the designs
Play-Doh,
of
and
mascots,
this is
Jumbo
what
Josh.
happened.
Side note to this one,
Who
I kinda
knew?
love how instead of just making cleaner looking models, they just made the bad textures part of the lore. Euphoria Brothers over here playing 4D chess with game design. And while
They
that
just
side
made the
effect
bad
ends up being
textures a
purely
part of-
cosmetic, we're also told that any
It's
creature
funny.
brought to life with Givanium is in constant pain, leading to extremely
Oh.
hostile and nervous behavior. Not exactly something that you want for the things that are designed to be looking after young children at a kindergarten all day.
the
Needless to
chillins.
say, Dr. Uthman's experiments haven't been going all that well, and that's a problem when they've promised to unveil their creatures as part of the kindergarten's big Bring a Friend Day. So they decided
Bring
to
a
push forward,
friend.
desperately looking for ways to circumvent the violent effects of Givanium by mixing it with human DNA. Yep, they skipped the animal trials and just jumped straight into the main event.
Go
The hope
right to
was that the
humans.
human genome would allow these creatures to have rational thought and parental instincts towards
Be
children.
more
And who better
human.
to contribute their DNA than the good doctor himself, Uthman Atom. This experiment would lead to the creation of the one and only Ban. At first glance, he seemed to be quite successful.
Ban,
He
ban,
wasn't
ban,
violent, he
ban,
was
ban,
actually
ban.
incredibly intelligent thanks to Uthman's DNA.
Go watch
Except, yet
Fable, you'll
again,
understand.
There was something they didn't account for. Ban was too intelligent. Ban believed
Ah.
that he was human, which
Yeah,
meant that when he finally did
thought
come
he
in
was a
contact with
doctor.
Dr. Uthman, it caused him to go into a deep
Yeah.
depression. To try and bring him out of it, they made
Freaked
a
me the
female
fuck out.
equivalent, Banbalina, using the genomes of the one person that Ban
No, 'cause the only thing
Dr.
that-
Leverly Mason. But all this
That makes so much sense. The one thing that can get a man, get a man to lose his depression. A woman. Who would have known?
did was just make him less cooperative. So overall,
Right,
things aren't
he
great
just
at
got
the kindergarten
pissed.
there, Bob.
He's like,
In one last-ditch
ooh.
effort to fix the problem,
He's like a
they
man
lower
who
Ban Ban
realizes that you've
himself
done
thick
that.
by dosing him with an updated Jivanium solution, which works a bit too well.
He just
Again,
keeps
the higher
stabbing
levels
Joes
of
in him.
Jivanium cause him elevated pain, which turns him into a mindless beast. But of course, evil corporation gonna do what evil corporation gonna do, and they push on.
I wonder why he
Throughout
eats
the facility, we find
pancreases,
a handful
though.
of other case
Kinda
reports where they
interesting.
try various other animal genomes. Spider DNA gives us Nab, snail DNA gives us Slow Saline, and a mix
Right.
of flamingo and ostrich results in the fan favorite Opila bird. It wasn't until they used
Opila
only
bird.
spider monkey DNA for the creation of Captain Fiddles that they finally
Spider
struck
monkey.
on a winning combination. In fact, Captain Fiddles was deemed so successful that he was passed on to be presented to parents and investors at the big Bring a Friend Day. That
Oh, he's
day,
so
though, would be
calm.
the day it all fell apart. The third note that we find in the red medical room describes how the ball pit can't take the weight of all the kids that have registered for that big event, and that this extra weight is likely to cause the ball pit to collapse. Considering that there's no ball pit in the ball pit room of Chapter 1, and the fact that it's all boarded off to the public, I think it's safe to say that that's exactly what happened.
So
I
that was
also
a
suspect that
ball
this is why
pit
Wolfman
room.
had a boarding pass.
I didn't know
He was
that.
gonna escape before anything bad happened, and he was right to
You can get the
worry.
fuck out of
According to a
there.
note that we find later in the game, the loud crash of the ball pit collapsing causes all the mascots' primitive instincts to kick in, resulting in them going on the attack. However, amidst all the chaos, there was
I mean,
one
loud
creature
noises
who
do make
didn't
that
become
happen
a
to most
monster,
people.
The one and only giant orange jellyfish, Stinger Flynn. In fact, not only does he stay friendly, thanks to a series of kids' drawings, we know that he actually saves our children from both Ban Ban and Opila. The nice jellyfish is strong. He carried everyone here, but Miss Mason hates him, and I don't know why. Well, don't worry yourself about that one, kiddo, because I know why Miss Mason hates him. Also, can I just say, you have some remarkably
'Cause he
good
is
spelling for a
psychotic.
kindergartner. If you've played through Garten 3, you'll know
About
that
as
this
good
is
as
no
my
ordinary
spelling.
jellyfish. Stinger Flynn is massive and threatening, but more threatening than his size are the size of his words. This dude talks
Words.
a lot, and often in very
Dude
vague,
talks a
cryptic
lot.
terms.
I come to this place, and then I'm reminded
Like most
that I'm
villains,
fighting for
yeah.
is all of this pain and suffering.
One thing
He likes
not big about,
monologuing a
though,
lot.
is wanting us to get out,
'Cause he's
to
a bad
leave our
guy.
children behind. And when we refuse, he turns on us, releasing the evil Ban Ban to kill us. He's able to do this thanks to the unique combination of genomes he's received. You see, Stinger Flynn is the only creation in the kindergarten to have received 2 genomes alongside the Jivanium, human and Atlantic sea nettle. The case studies tell us that this led him to becoming more intelligent than all the other creatures,
Mark's
making
big
him
brain.
comfortable and aware with what he was. However, he's far from content with his current
Oh.
state.
I already
Okay.
have more than enough subjects.
He just hates
to
being
move
himself.
forward With my aspirations and my ultimate mental
Hates
refinement.
himself.
But what could he possibly mean by mental refinement? And why would Miss Mason hate him for it? Well, elsewhere in Chapter 3, Stinger Flynn describes his level of intelligence as a burden.
Oh, to live the simple life of a completely brainless jellyfish, just munching on shrimp and avoiding getting eaten by turtles all day. You never appreciate how calming it is to have no conscience until you have one.
This
And you see,
is
most
what the
people
children
wouldn't
commit.
want to
So
be
far, the
Albert
only
Einstein.
Human genomes that we've seen used have been fully grown adults.
Be like,
Adults
"Oh,
with
guess I
developed
gotta do
brains,
math."
Too much intelligence, too much introspection. But children, I
Can't just
suspect
work at
that's
Costco's
exactly what he wants.
all
They're
my
fully
life.
sentient, but they're also not all that self-aware. That's why he saved our kids and why Miss Mason doesn't
They are
like
children.
him. He's planning on using them for experiments of his
Children
own,
are
reverting
stupid.
himself back to an
Everybody
immoral,
knows that.
conscienceless creature. However, I have a feeling that that's
Sorry
gonna
if
go
you are
horribly
children who
wrong
is
for
4
our
watching
giant
this. You
jelly
shouldn't be
friend.
watching
See,
this
in Stinger
video.
Flynn's room, there's a special white door you can go through if you find the correct key card. Inside of it, we
Noob
get one final
sapien?
update about Jivanium and a new development known as a genome cloy. Quote, in short, it was found that when a subject's system is overloaded with different genomes, the body will enter an irreversible state in which all but one genome are set to circulate through the body, with the rest all getting disposed of. This reveals the critical necessity of ensuring that each case receives its genomes from no more than 3 sources or donors, lest we're left with cases that are permanently animalistic and wild, with absolutely no place in a kindergarten. The genome that gets preference in a genome cloy event remains to be discovered, but it has been theorized that it is whatever genome is most different from the rest. Basically, what all that tells us is that creatures in this world are limited to 3 genomes mixed together max. More than that, and suddenly you transform into an animal. We know that Stinger
A
Flynn
monster,
already
yeah.
has himself 3 genomes, Jivanium, human, and jellyfish. But if he's planning on
Jellyfish.
using these children to give himself more DNA, it'll create a cloy. And if the theory's correct and similar genomes basically cancel each other out, that leaves behind the most different one. In other words, good old Flynn is gonna end up becoming a mindless jellyfish once again. Stinger Flynn isn't aware of any of this because the tests happened off the record. They were likely done on the creatures down below in the basement that we're likely gonna meet in the next chapter. But just like Stinger Flynn throwing too many genomes together, I'm not done throwing too many theories together. You see,
So
there's
is
still
that,
one
like,
experiment that I haven't
Sheriff
talked
Toadster?
about. One who's iconic for this franchise, but strangely absent from all the case reports. The jolly green giant himself, Jumbo Josh.
Big
Look across the
G.
game, we have case studies for Ban Ban, Banbalina, Opila, Captain Fiddle, Stinger Flynn, heck, even oddball characters
those-
like
that
Slow
should have been
Celine.
J.
But Jumbo Josh
You know,
is basically an
you spell
enigma.
Jumbo
He's
Josh
one of
with
the
a
only
G.
mascots to show up in every chapter, and yet
Jumbo
we know
Gosh.
nothing about him, or so I thought. Once you get the green key card in chapter 3, you can make the
kinda
long
funny.
trek backwards to the medical center where there's a secret room filled with characters' faces on the wall. This
Really,
puzzle is actually incredibly
necessary.
well done, and it hides the game's biggest secret. If you
Not
found
much of a
all the case
necessity.
reports in the chapter, you'll
But
see
you know
that
what?
certain ones come with a QR code in the corner. Scanning the QR codes get you
I never
shadowy
noticed that.
images
I've never
of various
seen- I've
characters
never
you
seen
pick.
someone
Banbalina's bow, Slow
go
Celine's
there
smile,
before.
Jumbo Josh's teeth, Ban Ban's horns. But this
No
is
Let's
a
Player
dark image
has.
in an indie horror game, my friends. That can only mean one thing:
Brighten
brightening
it
the
up.
image to find secret messages. If you do,
Right.
in each corner you'll see a number hidden in each picture. Click the buttons in
Oh.
order, and you open the final door that leads to one last note. Quote: "Very
Oh.
selfish. He was never going to be normal, and assuming we could even get him out of this place with his size, what was next? What house would he fit in? What school would accept him? I don't even want to imagine the consequences. Not to mention how dangerous it is to keep him around those other monstrosities. He plays with them like they're toys, throwing and commanding them around and everything. They're talking about Jumbo Josh, a creature
Oh.
of immense size, strength, and with a grotesque appearance. We also see him throw around the other monsters at the end of chapter 3 like toys.
Give them
This
the
is
smash.
Also something that we hear about earlier in the chapter. During the Jumbo Josh minigame, Bambalina tells us that he thinks that we're dolls.
He plays with them like they're some sort of dolls.
I think he believes we're some sort of dolls.
But why is this so important? What makes Jumbo Josh so different? Well, the end of the note gives us our best clue. Quote again: "Sometimes life denies you beautiful gifts, and we should have accepted that. But we're doing the right thing here, and I'm proud of us both." The only time I see language like being denied a beautiful gift, yeah, that's in reference to losing a child.
Yeah.
Not being able to have
I was about to be
a child,
like,
or
was
a
Jumbo
child died
Josh like
premature.
an
Either
actual
way, these
child
parents lost the
before?
most precious thing they had, but they found their second chance.
And
through
then they
science
made him
experiments.
into
That said, they
monster.
aren't the scientists that we know already.
But he's
Usman and
still like a
Leverly,
4-year-old
because in letters
kid
from those guys, they talk about Jumbo
gives
Josh
people
as
the
green
squish.
guy, which doesn't really sound like a loving, desperate parent.
The green
Instead,
guy.
I suspect that these parents might be the ones who started the program in the first place, hiding behind the idea of bringing mascots to life, but their real goal was saving what they lost, bringing their dead child, Josh, back to life. Reincarnated dead kid. Come on, someone's
Josh.
gotta have a bingo at this point, right? But along with that, though, there's also an
A
audio
bingo!
file. If you play it, it's some Zolphius, a creepy giant worm thing that
His
appears from
name
the
is
abyss at various points throughout
Zolphius?
the chapters. Basically, Sackboy crossed with Kingseeker Framped for all you Dark Souls fans.
Wait, hold up,
It's
hold up.
wild.
His
You play
name
it,
is Zolphius? That is awesome! Why is that name so cool? How would you even spell that? Someone spell that in the comments for me. But that sounds so cool. It must start with an X, but like Zolphius. That sounds like the name of a god, let's be honest. He probably is the god of this realm.
It's summoned Zolphius, a creepy giant worm
Zolphius.
thing that appears from the abyss at various points throughout the chapters. Basically, Sackboy crossed with Kingseeker Framped for all you Dark Souls fans. And when we encounter him, we see two simple words: I'm sorry. It's my belief that Zolphius is the parent that wrote that note. It's because of their hubris that our children are now missing. Their determination to bring back their child has now meant the loss of so many others.
I really
And
want
that
to
is why all they can do at
go
this point
downstairs
is to
and
say
smash my
sorry,
head off the
parent,
bathroom
I think maybe that's the most unique
door
thing
just
about this
because
game that
like,
reuses so many
there's a
indie horror
lore in
tropes.
this?
A character finally apologizing, finally acknowledging their mistakes.
He
and
said he was
recognizing the
sorry.
wake of destruction that they've left. Am I right? Am I wrong? I guess
Can't
we
believe
just
an
gotta
indie
wait,
horror
like,
game ever
what,
did that.
24 hours before Garten of Ban Ban 4 drops, and then we can see what other sharks.
No,
they
fucking
found
more
to
like
jump.
2
But
months
hey,
till
that's
Garten of
just
Ban
a
Ban 4
theory.
drops.
A game
What's taking it so
theory.
long?
Thanks for
Jeez.
watching. And don't forget that the fun doesn't have to stop here. Why not click the video on the left where you can watch me literally lose my sanity in real time as I play through Chapter 3 of Garten of Ban Ban on GT Live.
Did I already watch that? Did I already watch that? I don't actually know. I'm trying to remember chapter 3. I think I did, though. I think I did. Maybe I'll watch it again. I don't know. You should watch it because, well, no. Before that, go watch my reaction to Fable Garten of Ban Ban song featuring JT Music. That is a banger, absolutely amazing hit. Just like this video right here. Yeah, you see what I did there? You see how I tied that in? Oh, whatever. But yeah. Nevertheless, oh, I looked down there. Spider-Man must die. You know what? I was thinking the exact same. Wait a minute. No, I wasn't. Was I? Spider-Man biggest threat in the MCU. Possibly. I was okay. I was thinking something different when I watched it in the theaters. Nevertheless, As always, I'm Anthropomorphic Nerd. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go watch the other one, and if you haven't, subscribe to the channel because you know that make you a real cool dude. But with that being said, I'm rambling at this point. With that being said, as always, I'm Anthropomorphic Nerd, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. I'm tired.